Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun video we are back at the Mebane Train Display in beautiful and historic Mebane, North Carolina. And it is once again time for our annual train show and sale. This is the only time of the year where we charge admission to the Mebane Train Display. Every second Saturday of the month we are open free to the public to come out and enjoy some beautiful model trains. Now I am currently standing in the control panel of the beautiful Mebane Train Display. You can see the sprawling layout behind me, as well as some beautiful O-scale Lionel trains in the display cases. There's several in this amazing place. I have been a volunteer member up here for around 2-3 years going on, and I'm having so much fun up here to be able to talk model trains and just make some great friendships along the way. I've met so many amazing people through model railroading and up here at the Mebane Train Display. But I did a video last year documenting the annual train show and sale, and you guys seem to enjoy that video, so I felt it would be a cool idea to do the video once again for 2025 and take you guys along for the ride. Now I am currently up here on Friday. This is the day before the show. The show takes place on Saturday, so today is setup day, where we will be setting up the tables for all of the vendors to display their railroading wares on and model train stuff. So really cool. Happy to bring this video to the platform for you guys to see and enjoy and just learn a little bit more about me. So I hope you all enjoyed the video of the Mebane Train Display show and sale for 2025. And here we are up at the Mebane Train Display. It takes me about 15 to 25 minutes to get here, depending on the traffic. And keep in mind, this is Friday for this portion of the video for setup day. And this is the door that people traditionally enter when we are open on Saturdays. But since this is our big train show and sale, everyone will enter through the gymnasium, and you can get through it by going through this walkway here. And here is where we will be setting up once all the tables and chairs arrive. And after they do arrive and you get about 10 or 12 guys together, it doesn't take long at all to get all of the tables and chairs set up for the show and spaced accordingly for the vendors. Some of the vendors showed up on Friday after lunch, and then the rest of them showed up Saturday morning before the train show itself. Here we are in the museum section of the Mebane Train Display, and if you begin here where this yellow train is and walk around, you basically have a chronological timeline of Lionel's early collection of model trains, and all of the trains in the cases here were owned by one individual, and upon his passing he left it all to the city of Mebane, and that individual was Mr. Tommy Long. Here is our little memorial wall for him. And there is his photo, and below that we have a little biography for him for people to read. And if you guys want to pause the video and read it yourselves, you can. And here I have crawled into the control panel for the display itself, and I'm going to do a slow panoramic turnaround for you guys. From the control panel you get basically a bird's eye view of the entire display and all of the people looking at the trains go by. The layout does have some interactive buttons. When you press them, activities will happen while the trains are going down the tracks, and that's always a lot of fun to see all the smiles and faces. But I'll go all the way around here for you guys to see. And for the train show itself, we ran a lot of kid-friendly trains. We had Thomas and his friend Percy on the tracks. We had a nice Boy Scouts of America themed train and a NASCAR racing themed train up top. We had a pink pet shop train going around. We had the famous Hogwarts Express from the Harry Potter movies. We had another train with some classic pop culture cars on it, and we had James the Red Engine. But here's a nice overview of the entire display itself. And we also have a test track. If you guys want to bring in a train to have it worked on in our engine workshop, we can quickly place it on the test track and see if it's running. And here is the train table that will be raffled off for a raffle prize. And if you guys remember from the carpet that is on this train table, this was my original train table that I won here a couple years ago. I took up the HO scale stuff and donated it back to the display now that I have a permanent train table in the model train and nostalgia room. And here is Saturday morning. This is just after I arrived, and the gym was already abuzz with activity as the vendors were showing up and getting set up. And you can tell that this is a very close-knit community. Everyone basically seems to know each other, and people were catching up with friends and people they know. And for the train show itself, we supplied the vendors with some nice coffee and donuts and cookies. The coffee and donuts were from Dunkin' Donuts, and the cookies were homemade. I had a nice cup of coffee while walking around and talking to people. And after the doors opened, it didn't take long for the parking lots to fill up. And for the first time in what I'm told was a long time, we had a food truck on hand to where you could get a nice meal while attending the train show. But as you can see, it didn't take long at all for the gym to fill up with people shopping for model trains of all scales and sizes. And we got the trains going down the track in the display itself. Here is that train that has a long line of what I call pop culture and nostalgia cars on it. You have the Lifesavers, Skittles, Hot Wheels, M&M's, the Blues Brothers car, Hershey's chocolate, and just some fun and fanciful artwork on all of those cars. Coming down the line now by the sawmill is the Boy Scouts of America themed train. And then we will go around and we will see the alien train going by the farm here as other trains go down the track. That farmland is a new addition since last year's train show video I did. Lots of great work on the model work for the farm. There goes the NASCAR racing themed train around the carnival. And here we have a close-up of the Hogwarts Express going down the tracks. A lot of people really seem to enjoy seeing that Scarlet engine. Brought back a lot of memories from the famous Harry Potter series. And we do have a night mode on the layout. When you flip off the lights, all of the lights in the city we have light up, and it always gets a lot of oohs and ahs when we switch on the night mode. In the hallway, we have one of the larger standard gauge locomotives going around the ceiling. And in the museum itself, we have a 12-foot seasonal tree with a train that goes up and down it. So it's really, really cool, and is currently decorated for the Easter holiday. And at the base of it, we have another standard gauge train. But here I am standing on a chair, and you can see people coming and going, and again shopping for model trains of all scales and sizes. I have always loved the intricate artwork and mechanics of model trains, from the O scale trains here to the small HO scale trains that I collect, and even the tiny N scale trains. But a lot of deals were had. You could of course haggle with people and try to get a better deal, or what is called a bundle deal, if you saw 4 or 5 things you wanted on a single table. I know I picked up some stuff that I'll show you guys toward the end of the video here. But it's always great to always be able to pick up some new trains and accessories. The S-gauge people were in town. It's always fun seeing this interactive display that also has buttons on it to where you can be interactive with it, but it constantly runs 3 S-scale American Flyer themed trains. Always has a lot of people around it watching it go down the track. And again, it was just a great day for model railroading, and I was happy to take part in it. I had the morning shift, and I also had the shift where I helped set up the tables and everything. And here I am standing by the front door on a chair just to give you guys an overview Over the years, I've gotten to know a couple of the vendors, and they are all amazing individuals, and they all love sharing their knowledge of model trains and model railroading. Before I left, here is the stuff I picked up. I got a nice HO scale Texaco train, some O scale Christmas cars, and 2 little cars here I got on Friday during setup day. But I thank you all for watching. And that, my friends, is going to wrap up our time at the annual train show and sale up at the Mebane Train Display in Mebane, North Carolina. The event is still taking place in the gymnasium there, and our train room is right there, so you can see how the building is interconnected. It's great to have the Mebane Train Display train layout and then have the gymnasium to do the train show in. That way you can kind of meander through to the different areas. You can go shop for trains of all scales and sizes, and then go see the beautiful train display here in Mebane, North Carolina. I'm happily a volunteer member here, and I always look forward to the train show every year, because this is kind of the hometown event. You know, this is the local event, you know, so it's always cool to take part in it and help. Remember, yesterday, Friday morning, we set up the tables, and then today, Saturday, was the train show. We had great crowds, and smiles and memories were made, and that is the most important thing. And I'm sure a lot of people got some amazing deals on some great model trains and model train sets. Great for rail fans everywhere. Historic downtown Mebane is that way, if you guys are curious, with a lot of places to shop, dine, eat, and explore, and parks and lakes and things like that if you're ever in the area. And keep in mind, if you come to the Mebane Train Display, they also have basketball courts. They've got a playground for the little ones. They've got tennis courts and pickleball courts, as well as a volleyball set up with the sand and everything back there. So if you guys want to come and just hang out for a whole afternoon, pack a lunch and hang out with us when we are open. As always, with videos like this, I'll leave links to the Mebane Train Display's social medias and websites down in the description box below, where you guys can go follow them, share their posts, subscribe to their news feeds and everything, and keep up with everything going on here. But thank you guys, as always, for following along on today's journey at the Mebane Train Display. You can hear a train going by in the background. The Amtrak passes by here daily. So really, really cool. That's about all for this one. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you'll click that subscribe button and follow me across all my social media feeds under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me, as well as all my social media feeds, will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one. And remember, guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you guys. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.